Hello to all my listeners. I'm back. This is Shanu here with another episode with Breakup. Are you facing it? The 10 mistakes you might be doing and you can avoid them, or you can check on them if you're really making those mistakes. So, the last time when we spoke about the 3 mistakes. Let's have a recap, and you never know, we might come up with something more in that. So the first one was the blame game. So am I still blaming that person? Am I blaming people around me? Or am I blaming the supreme alpha of the alphas, the supreme being, the supreme father, God, Allah, Jehovah? Am I blaming him because I've got tired blaming people around me and I can't find any reasons of why these things are happening to me? Can we find the answers in spirituality? Is it possible to get into spirituality and find out what exactly happened? Spirituality is something which teaches us that there are certain energies in play, there's certain records in our mind which are playing automatically. And how is it happening? What is the link between these energies? Is it just my energy which is important, or is the energy of the other being also important? Well, the first thing is, am I in connection with that being on a physical basis, or am I in connection with that being on a spiritual basis? That decides the foundation of a relationship. Spirituality, other than the other aspects which we learn in the world today, teaches us that it is important to connect to the soul within more than connecting to the person on a superficial basis and make it as a foundation for the relationship. We understand that things around us are changing all the time. Everything which you see through the eyes, which you hear, is changing, it's dynamic. And if we have based our relationship on those bases, then the moods are always going to change. There's going to be ups and downs because the world outside is changing. And if our relationship is based on the world outside, then the inner world is going to be shaken up as and when we feel and realize that no longer those things which are surrounding us are the basis of the foundation of a relationship. So what do we do now? How do we bring about the same feeling of contentment and happiness and bliss which we were feeling in the beginning? Well, one thing which we need to realize that spirituality teaches us is to make sure that these relationships which we get into are very, very strong from the beginning itself. I need to pierce the heart of the other being through my truth. If I'm not showing the true me, if I'm covering it up with certain things which are just surrounding me, it could be my own physical beauty, it could be the money which I have, it could be the possessions which I have. If I'm basing my relationship on those bases, I'm talking to both men and women over here. I'm talking to the souls, the alpha beings over here, who are ready to listen, who are ready to pierce their heart with this knowledge, because this knowledge is not for the body, but this knowledge is for the being within you, the soul within you. So if you are listening to me, you'll realize what exactly I'm talking about. Are we connecting ourselves on a spiritual basis with other soul? Because if things around us are going to change, and if the foundation of the relationship is based upon the things around us, then sooner or later you'll find yourself blaming the other person, or you'll find that person blaming you. If there's any kind of change on the materialistic level outside, could be your physical beauty, could be your possessions, as I spoke about, those things, when they change, and if relationships are based upon that, then obviously there's going to be blame game, because we are creating a kind of a dependency in the other person's life. and the dependency is not going to last long. It's going to become a weakness over a period of time. And no being likes to feel that they're dependent upon you. Or would you like to feel that you're dependent upon the other person? Because that's not coming from a point of view of strength. That's not the foundation of feeling powerful in a relationship. Here, powerful doesn't mean that you control the other person or you have control over the other person. Here, power means self-control. The power to face when the things around us change on a materialistic level. So that's the time you are going to be tested. And if that's the time when you start the blame game, then the reason for the breakup is going to be the blame game itself. Because no person likes to feel that they're lesser than you. No person likes to feel that they can be controlled by the things which you have done for them or the things which you have given them. Here it could be both materialistic and otherwise. Could be the name and the fame or the importance which you're giving that person, that soul. So yes, I'm here talking about two aspects. One is on a physical basis and one is on the non-physical basis. On the physical basis, you can take care of that person. You can take care of that companion, of that being in your life on a physical basis. But if that is the only foundation on which you have created your life, your relationship, then it's not going to last longer. The reason why it doesn't last longer is also because we have portrayed ourselves as those beings who value not the soul, but who are valuing the things around us. So for how long do you think those things around us are going to be in the highest state of existence? Everything around us is going to get old someday. The shoe, the clothes, your own physical looks are going to get old someday. So now here I'm talking about a soul-to-soul connection. Aren't you interested in a long-term soul-mate connection? Well, do you consider yourself to be a soul first of all? Even before we think about coming into a soul-mate relationship, I need to have a beautiful connection with myself as a soul within. If I'm not connecting to my own self as a soul, how can I even imagine having a soul-to-soul connection? Because I am observing everything through the five senses. I'm choosing people and things around me through the five senses. And this is not just limited to relationships or breakups or getting back together. This is also deciding the kind of job you have, the kind of business you choose in your life. If it's all on the basis of the five senses and not your sixth sense, which is the soul within, not on the basis of the intuition of who you really are as a being, then it's going to be difficult. The foundation of this relationship is going to be difficult. So here I'm talking to those souls, to the listeners who like to connect deeply with themselves and at the same time connect deeply with other souls. Because you are looking for a soulmate, aren't you? And if you have had a breakup, you'll understand and realize all that I've spoken about right now. You'll realize, if you look back, the whole blame game is for one reason only. We were dependent upon something. We were dependent upon for some aspect in our life on that person. For those things did not allow the relationship to progress any further, because it was all about dependency. There was no self-growth. There was dependency. There was no strong foundation, because these things were shaken up once things didn't work out on a financial level, once things did not work out on a physical platform, then everything got shaken up. So are you planning to get into a relationship again, or are you planning to mend your relationship again on these basis. You can choose the short-term path or the long-term path. The short-term path is only on the outer basis, only on the outer aspects, or you can choose the long-term path, which is the inner connection. So how do I connect with the soul out there? How do I even know that I have a being within me, a soul within me, who wants to connect with other being on that basis? Let's check this out in the next episode. Till then, take care. Peace and pure love be with you.